What's up, man? See my little shirt? Cavalry Freedom Desert Storm. So I'm like the only person in all of time, in all history, under the age of 18 who is actually in Desert Storm. Who has actually commanded fucking things and fucking... You know, like in Starship Troopers, like Doogie Howser or whatever, he was like, his mind was so brilliant, he commanded the fucking infantries and shit. He was like the intelligence type thing. That was kind of like me. But that was a bullshit war. It was just like America to show its fucking brass balls and shit for no fucking apparent reason. Fucking stupid. A waste. Like Afghanistan, Iraq. I've been to all these fucking wars. I haven't been on a tour. A couple tours, man. Fucking, like, I've been to fucking wars. And that's like before I started going fucking mad and insane on my own fucking tours across the whole fucking planet. All by myself, for animals, animal causes. The only reason I stopped, man, is because the presence of the Humane Society of the United States and international is everywhere. Its presence is everywhere. And like, it's steeped up its fucking methods, its fucking investigators, its fucking laws, and like it wasn't like really a personal preference, but I had to get out because innocent people were starting to get into harm's way. Like, if you're in a gun battle in a village or some shit, there might be a fucking innocent bystander or some shit. It's ricochet. But when you vet, when you scope out situations, when you have to fucking plan out things for hours, days, maybe even weeks, a month or so sometimes. Because like I had CIA operative training, and like, when you have to go that long and put so much time into something, where like I'm just an idiot now, or maybe I'm fucking in disguise and fucking posing as a fucking village person, or a young Arabic boy. I've fucking posed as that because of my fucking nose and shit. I've posed as terrorists and shit. Posed as white supremacists. Anyways, what I was gonna say is, when I'm not talking about the wars or battle zones I've been at, but see, like, training is like, I can do that, but I was like a solo artist, like one of a kind, and like I got Bin Laden like years before SEAL Team 6 got him. For all you fucking people that they televised and shit, and the cabinet, the fucking presidency, they're all watching it. No, fucking me and Hillary got him before that, and it was a solo mission, and it only took a week. Like, dude, if detectives actually like fucking investigated my whereabouts, like, everything is explained. Like, oh no, because he wasn't nobody knew where he was. They wouldn't understand that. But like, the week I was gone, what was I gonna say? Oh, after my wars, there's a reason why I became like agitated and I became like a killer. It's because this is so fucking loud. What movie is this? It's because I was abducted when I was like a little kid. I think I was like 5 or 6. I don't know, because my mom made a lot of enemies on the force. Like she's caught the only serial killers in the regions and shit like that. That Mosh guy, she caught him. Latin King gang members, Satanist fucking scumbags passing through our town and shit. And they abducted me and shit. And long story short, I was tortured for a long time and nobody could find me. They figured I was dead. All that time I was being beaten and brutalized and sexualized. And I fucking snapped. A little kid, I fucking snapped and I killed them all, one at a time. Like one right away, and then the others, like, it's like I planned it, or there's some angelic or some satanic force that was like guiding me what to do. And like after the first one, after like I don't know, them coming back to the apartment, it was just like so much easier. It's like I wanted them to come back. I didn't run. I didn't call the police or anything. There was a phone in there. I waited and I was like Chucky. I turned into Chucky, dude. And I haven't been the same. I'm beyond a human being now. Like the wisdom, I've peaked. The compassionate endurings I've fucking gone through in my life. I'm like enlightened. There's nobody stronger than me on the planet. I've tried to like normalize myself. In every sport I am in, I excel at, and I don't even try. I've never like had like training for sports. I just excel. And if the more combative ones, like wrestling and shit, I hurt people. Like I could have went to Purdue, wrestled and shit. I fucking slammed this fucking corn-fed dude from fucking Iowa State so hard I like hurt him and shit. It was like a fucking walk-on, cause I was gonna get a scholarship and shit. But yeah, I signed up for the Air Force, the ROTC. I scored like the highest you could get. Then I went in there, and then from that I went to the fucking Navy, and I had SEAL training. But I've had specific training ever since I was a little kid, because there's not a program, but there were people that caught wind of my situation, and the psychiatrist didn't know what to do with me. I was a little fucking psychopath. I got turned inside out. How can you deal with that kind of a trauma as a kid, you know? So instead of just locking me in a padded cell the rest of my life, or I don't know, giving me shock treatments or some shit, they channeled it. And like my blood rage is a real thing. Like I don't hurt anybody who's innocent, women or kids or animals, but men, grown men that hurt animals, that hurt people, that's a different story. And it's not just like right away, ooh, my rage. It has to be planned, and I have to vet. I have to make sure 100% that Dexter code, Dexter, the entire myth of Dexter was passed around precincts. I've worked precincts since I was a little kid. since I was about, well, not, I've had like years and years of like compassionate like bombardment to like pacify me while also steering me with the blood rage. Like it like backfired because the compassionate thing was trying to wean me off the psychotic tendencies, like, and the only thing that ended up doing is turning a fucking maniac into anally loving innocence and animals so much that his hate and his blood rage gets even more insane. And like, if my fingers curl up and shit, and like I see somebody that's doing something bad, man, you have no idea. I'm gonna like tear you apart. Like there's a lot of things I've seen in Thomas Harris's like movies and shit. I don't have time to read the books, but like Hannibal Lecter and shit. A lot of shit are from, like, I see are similarities from cases of scenes I've been at that I may have accidentally left some things on scene, you know, my plastic suits and all kinds of shit like that. And even back in the 90s, the Hannibal movies and like the Dexter show, there's a bunch of shit in there. It's like somebody must have, like, I don't know, been a fan of true crime and followed all these rare mysteries and shit. It's weird because it's not like hard for me. You can be an evil scumbag on this planet, and like it's so easy to get away with everything. There's nobody watching. Word to the wise, there's a lot of horrible people, and you can get away with murder. So with me, somebody trained, somebody fucking harnessed properly, it really doesn't bother me. I get away with like I could plan out strategically and get away with things. Like it's kind of like you go to football practice and you learn the fucking patterns and you fucking run them. Well, it's inbred into me, ingrained into me and shit. And like, but anyways, I was gonna say, like, yeah, the Humane Society has their influence everywhere, and there are times where I was like undercover for a fucking week and a half, and just I had to completely fucking forfeit something that I had planned, you know, because there's innocent people that come in the scene scenarios. There's one time I was at a fucking dog fight. This is in another country dog fight. It involved other animals and shit, the torture of other animals. And I can't stay undercover, you know, that's why I have respect for the Humane Society investigators. They could watch animals get tortured and shit. The first animal I see, I snap. And everybody in a room, as long as they're all bad people, as long as I've done my homework, they're gone. It doesn't matter if this guy has a gun, if that guy has a gun. Like, I move so fast and fluid. It's kind of like the Equalizer. Like he would do mathematics in his head and shit. That's another similarity. How the fuck? Maybe because some scenes that I've left accidentally that I couldn't cover up. Maybe like they're just so baffled. They'll be like, it must be like a mathematician. How could he do this? This guy had this gun, and I don't see any bullet holes. How did he get? That makes no sense. Oh, it would if you saw me. yeah, like, and sometimes I'll see, in Africa, I was in Africa, and there's fucking an undercover fucking detective posing as a bad guy. And I spotted it like instantly, but these idiots didn't. And, you know, he was putting himself in harm's way. Would I take somebody's word for not telling on me after I get all the bad guys and he's standing there in awe of me like a god? Would I hurt somebody who's innocent that I can't leave any like strings, you know, unfinished business? Would I hurt somebody like that? No, I'm not in the drug trade. I don't dispose of like loose ends or some shit. I would like let somebody go, but I'm one step ahead. I don't want that to ever happen. Ever. I've been to so many places in the world, and I've made a lot of mistakes, like I said, leaving scenes where people, agencies would see my fucking slip-ups and shit. Bodies all over the fucking place. But I mean, I had to cut and run sometimes, you know. I've killed thousands of people, and they were all strategic. Unless, of course, it's in like a firefight, in like a war zone or something. But all those statistics are from my hands, individual or like in small groups. Just my hands, my knives, and my silencers. Sometimes I have to use my silencers. Sometimes I have to use my fucking sniper rifle. But it's progression. You know, how many baseball cards would you own if you collected a pack a day? You'd own fucking millions and shit. Well, thousands isn't even that many. It's because half the time I had to keep fucking furloughing back home and shit, and putting on this fucking pretend act that I'm a normal kid, which I am. I have friends, I have family, but it's kind of like a reprieve, you know. It fixed me. It's meant for like a placebo effect, like, oh, you have to do this, Andrew, because, you know, so people won't understand what's going on, so you know you have to explain your whereabouts, and that actually worked. It was a trick. They tricked me, you know, because I didn't have to be out here. You know, I went missing, and I resurged, you know, after the abduction or whatever. My mom showed up at a house, and the killers were all there still. Yeah, because they were all dead. Because I got them. Her little boy got them. And there's a couple there's a fucking mouse in the ceiling. And yeah, I had to resurge. I mean, there's a resurgence when I came back, and like, I'm trying to talk about it without talking too much about it. I'm trying to be vague, and it's hard. And a couple cops know about it, but they don't. They know the trauma I've been in, and then there's some cops from different precincts, some detectives, some agents, federal agents, that actually specifically use me. And I work for like the president. I work for under Hillary and shit. Met her a bunch of times. She's nice. And Scalia was my most recent. Before that, there's a couple horrible fucking things I had to do, like in Texas and shit. And but I haven't been out of the country in a while, except before until I had to get Osama. And then they staged it was kind of like a moon landing, you know. We beat the Russians in the space race because we lied that we landed on the moon. We filmed it on a fucking movie set and shit. I mean, we have landed on the moon since, but we didn't do it in that time frame. And that's what the whole fucking... It was strategically planned. Like, Osama's murder and shit. I would never, like, torture somebody like that. Yeah, he's a patsy. I didn't even really want to, like, kill him because he's a patsy, dude, you know? Did he make a plan and shit and have some people on a plane? Yeah, but that's not my concern, dude. I go after fucking animal torturers in the world. But I went and got him because Obama wanted a fucking favor, needed a favor, and I'm like the only, like, I speak like every Arabic language there is. If I grow my beard a little, I could blend in easily. And like I said, nobody has my training. It's beyond CIA. I spot CIA. Like, I've been doing this since I was like a little kid. All around the world, being, aside from my compassionate things, all the people I've met around the world, all the specific training I've had to withstand pain, that is another contributing factor, because like just my trauma, I could withstand pain. I'm a good person though, and I'm out of that life really. And like I said, Humane Society's doing everything. It's awesome. I give them money each month. I don't know, what am I talking about now? I'm crazy. I'm just crazy.